What's wrong with not having things to talk about at times? What's wrong with that?
That's true. Again, I just feel miserable when I'm empty and you feel like nothing. Like,
Right. So you got to feed the ego something.
right. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
This,
don't like the feeling of being like, who am I? And it's just, I'm just a little nothing.
that's a very good point. One of the reasons people do it because when you're with someone and you don't have anything to talk about, you feel like nothing.
Yeah.
You become aware of yourself and you see that you're nothing. So you just start making up stuff. Remember last year? Yeah, that's exactly what the conflict is.
Yeah.
Because you can be around a quiet person that don't really talk too much. And if you're a talker, they can make you feel guilty almost, make you feel, they sit there looking silly and not even talking. You're like, why are we together if you're not going to talk? Women got that bad about trying to make people talk. Like if they have a quiet husband, they'll beat him to death if he doesn't talk. You never say anything, because they can't handle that alone time,
Yeah, the quietness.
that real reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reality, that's it.
Let me go to this young lady first. Way over the corner by herself. You know she's gossiping. Her computer going right now. I'm better than all these people. I'm gonna sit over here. Nah, I'm just joking. You gossip?
Yes.
And why?
I was just thinking about what you said about being feeling superior. It might be deep down underneath, but I don't feel that while I'm listening or
Right.
talking. To me, it's just funny,
Other people gossiping about other people is funny to you.
Because, usually when somebody gossips, the things I've heard is usually funny. It's nothing really.
If someone were doing it to you, would you think it's funny?
Probably not, no.
Why not?
Well, because it's me.
I can't hear you.
Because it's me. Yeah.
Can you be trusted?
No.
I'm sorry?
No.
Did you know that before today that you couldn't be trusted?
No, but we talked about this before.
In the women's meeting, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was hard for me to say no.
That you can't be trusted?
Yeah.
So what does it feel like?
Because I still have a lot of secrets that I kept. So that's why it's still hard for me to say no.
Yeah. What does it feel like knowing you can't be trusted? Like, wow, I'm a person that cannot be trusted.
It probably haven't sunk in all the way. 'Cause I'm still processing it. But since the meeting, I've gotten better. I've been catching myself.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I mean, even though sometimes I still do it, like how she said that I feel it now. At first, I didn't feel anything when I did it.
Yeah.
But I've been catching myself, and sometimes I just walk away, and people is like looking at me like, she just walked away, like, what happened?
Yeah.
But so.
Why didn't you, when you realize see, this is why I bring it to your attention, because I want you to become conscious of what you're doing. Most people are unaware of what they're doing. They don't really realize, but once you are aware of what you're doing, it's hard to do it. You can't do it. It's the unconscious state that allows you to do this stuff, because that's why Christ said, forgive them, they know not what they do. Most people don't really see what they're doing. But once I tell you, okay, don't gossip, now you have to watch yourself a little more, and it's harder to do it. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you gossiped since I last said don't do it?
Yeah. But I said I caught
Oh,
myself
yeah,
in
but
the
you're aware
middle.
of it. Okay.
Like, I seen it, and I'm like, uh-oh, I'm doing it again or something like that.
Oh, okay.
And then sometimes it don't always seem like gossip. It's very, like, sometimes gossip comes like innocently.
No innocent gossip.
It sneaks up on you all of a sudden.
It sneaks up on you.
Somebody's talking, and you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
It happens that fast. It's so easy to get trapped up
Oh,
in
okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
But that's going to change after today. After today, it will not be easy to get caught up in that. And it's going to bless your socks off not to be that way.
But I have a question about, let's say, I always have to ask you about gossip. Let's say you have one person you discuss everything with,
Right.
and it might be sometimes gossip, but usually it's not. It's really just to get things off your chest. And it's maybe, in my case, it's an older person.
Right.
So I like to tell her things. And so sometimes she gives me advice. And
You like to tell her things about other people.
it's not, I don't really tell her their business, because when I tell her something, it's not like I'm telling all their business. I'm just saying what happened between us.
So you like to tell her things about other people, but it's not their business. It's just things about them.
Well, like if, let's say a situation happened between me and the person,
Yeah.
and it does, I'm not gonna lie, it does start off as gossip, but I really ask her, like, what you think I should do? Like, you know, should I do this or should I do that? But it does kind of, it is still gossip.
And so you want to know what to do in that case.
Yeah, because
Because you're still
between
gossiping.
me and her, it seems so innocent, because I really don't talk about it to nobody else.
Right. Just her.
Yeah.
Okay. And you want to know, should you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask some of the holy Christians. Did you hear the question? So she has this one female friend, is a female?
Yeah.
That she goes to and talk to her about other people so she can find out in her mind what to do about the situation, but it's still gossiping. Should she do that?
No.
She
I don't
should
think
not.
so.
And why not?
Okay, can you please explain everything again? I'm sorry.
She has this one lady that she's a friend to
Okay.
with, and she goes to her and tell her all this stuff.
Uh-huh.
And you said not necessarily to be gossiping, even though it is gossiping. Should she do that?
Well, if she trusts her friend, and if it, I mean, if she trusts that person, I guess yes, just so she could get the other person's input.
Oh, okay. So you said yes.
Yes.
Do you gossip?
Yeah, I do.
And why do you do it?
To carry a conversation.
To care about somebody else?
Well, I mean, I guess to have something to talk about.
It's like what these ladies were saying, and this young man, if you didn't gossip, there's nothing to talk about.
Well, yeah, there is. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to talk about because.
So why not talk about those things instead of gossiping?
Because usually, if I get caught up in that kind of conversation, it's because, they asked me a question regarding that. But I think everybody gossip.
No, we're talking about you right now.
Well, yeah, I do.
And so you listen to it and you do it.
Yes,
And you're a Christian?
Catholic.
Oh, Catholics are not Christians? I don't
Yes,
know
we
much
are.
about
We
Catholics.
are, yes.
You are? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Look like you're trying to escape by saying, well, I'm a Catholic, so I'm not a
No.
Christian.
No.
Okay. Could you be trusted?
Yes.
You can?
Yes.
Would you trust someone who gossip about you?
Would I trust them?
No, would you trust them?
No.
So then why do you think they can trust you?
But
If you're doing the
gossip
same
is
thing.
not always something that they're talking bad about that person.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Give me a good gossip.
Gossip could, I mean, they could come in and talk about like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, just things that, I don't know.
This is food for thought, right? Is it? Yeah. Let me ask the man, get the guy in front of you the mic. So what would your advice be for her? She want to know, is that gossip or should she do it? A one-on-one.
If you really want to know what to do, you do go to someone who you know won't spread it around. if you've already gone to that person yourself, because the best experience is to go to that person yourself. Then if you've done that and they didn't come around to what you think, make amends with you or whatever, then you're supposed to go to another person, a trustworthy person who won't spread it all around, and then seek that advice.
Yeah.
But you can also seek advice, just supposedly seek advice just to gossip, and to get it off your chest.
Oh, he's right in that if you have a problem with someone, you don't go to your friend first about that person. You go to that person first. The only reason you're sharing it with your friend in reality is because you want to gossip about the person. You have no love, and you want to gossip first about the person and get that superior feeling. And that's why you go into your friend. There's nowhere in the Bible where God says, if you have a friend with John Doe, go to Mary Lou. He said, go to that person first. Not some best friend, not your mama, not your daddy. Go to that person. Then if it's an issue that is not worked out, you take your friend. If you trust this friend and know that they're fair, you take the friend, and if it doesn't work out, let it go. But you're going to the friend because of that feeling you get about it. So don't let Satan deceive you about that. That make sense? Take the mic there.
Sort of.
Not all the way.
I'm thinking about it.
Because think about what good is it doing the person that you're disagreeing with to go to somebody else? The person don't know you're feeling this way, or blah, blah, blah. You're not helping them or yourself. So what good is it doing to go to somebody else first that you don't have the issue with?
Well, wonder if you're asking them for advice, like really how to deal with it. Should I?
But God have already told us how to do it.
Okay.
The advice is, if you have a problem with a person, go to that person. That's the advice.
Okay.
Because the moment you take it to a second person, the moment you take it to someone else first, it's going to turn total evil. And then they go into a third person and a fourth person and so on and so on and so on.
With this person, it's not like that.
No, I guarantee you it is like that. If he's listening to you and not telling you, you shouldn't be telling me this, you should go to that person, then she can't be trusted. She's talking about you behind your back and about other people too. I guarantee you that. Because if she was not, she would say, don't come to me with this. Or let's say you went to her with it, she would say, did you go and tell her? And you would say, no. She would say, well, go tell her. Don't tell me about it. If you do, I'm going to tell her you told me. And that would repudiate you.
She said that. Well, she never said, I'm going to tell a person.
Right.
But yeah, she said that.
I'm telling you, I don't care if it's your daddy, your mama, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your enemy. If a person listens to gossip and don't repudiate you, they're telling somebody else about you. They cannot be trusted. Because Satan is not going to let them relax with that information. Satan will tell them, oh, tell somebody else for this reason. He'll make it seem logical that you should tell somebody else. And you'll find yourself telling it. Because your unconscious don't see what's going on. That's why God said, don't play the game. You can't play the game with evil. And evil will deceive you to make you think what you're doing is right. Oh, tell one other person. This is your best friend. It won't hurt. A person that listens to you gossip is not your best friend if they don't repudiate you. Because a best friend should want what's best for you. They should want you to be an honest, fair, righteous kind of a person. And that's what repudiation is about. Uh-huh.
No, I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah, speaking to the mic.
No, I was just still thinking about,
Yeah.
Everything.
Well, I guarantee you, if this person, your friend, has not corrected you in what you're doing and refuse to listen to it, if you're refusing to go to the other person, that person is not a real friend. They're a friend like at Maria, where Maria lived, everybody kind of the same.
No, I don't.
While
I don't
pretending to be
think so.
different. But she should have repudiated you then. Anyway, we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Think about it, food for thought. Listen, if you don't understand it, don't accept it. Keep on gossiping and see what happens to you. That's all you got to do. You got to live it if you can't believe it. You know what I mean? Yes.
Okay, I just want to clear the record to say that I never gossip for the simple reason I can't see the logic behind it. Talking, I never did understand why people would talk behind people's back about something.
Do you listen to it?
I don't even. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know what gossip be like. I don't even.
Do you have friends?
Huh?
Huh?
That's it. I've been raised and taught to trust absolutely nobody, nobody but myself.
Oh, well, you don't want to live like that.
There was nobody taught me any other way to live.
Oh, I see.
Yes, but I can see understand one thing. A few in our Sunday school class earlier today, Martin pointed out an interesting fact that we hardly spend less than 5 or 10 minutes on silence. If we spend a little bit more, at least there'll be less of a desire to gossip against our neighbors.
Yeah.
As we talk more to our own Creator about our problems.
Absolutely. That's a good point. And several people made it already. If you don't gossip, there's nothing to talk about. But those quiet moments are your most important moments because then you can hear from God. When you shut up, that's why God said, be slow to speak and quick to hear. But most people, they always got stuff going on, and it's about nothing. And then if you talk to those very same people about themselves, if you got with them and say, you know what, why are you doing this? You need to let your anger go. They get mad at you because they don't want real talk. They don't want true talk that's going to help them. They want lies. They want talk about others so they can feel good about themselves. But if we're children of God, we have to be different so we can point them in the right way to go. If you're gossiping, you're bringing in evil into your families, into your friendships, into your own personal life. How can you be the light of the world if you're acting just like the darkness of the world? There's no light, then there's no hope. There's no help. And Christ came as our light. He came so that we can see the right way to go. And he came and conquered all of these things so that we don't have to go through it. And so if you're born again of God, you have his nature, his identity. It means that you're letting your ego nature go, which is of Satan, and you're becoming the light of the world. And in your personal life and in your family life, things are getting better for you. And I mean that if you get married and start your own family and things like that, you start a new generation. There is no happiness in gossiping for either party. There's no good in it. It's only destroying. It destroys your soul and what you are and what your kids will become as well. This is not the way Christians should be acting. And I see it and hear it all the time, and this brings on more suffering, and I'm totally out of time. Thank you so much for being with me. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. You can get involved by calling 1-800-411-2663, 1-800-411-BOND,